Hello, just enjoying this wonderful morning down at the private beach here in Dawlish. All these beautiful red rocks, as always. So in this video, I want to run through the steps I've taken personally to get to $1.6 million in my business and just help highlight some of the things that you might not necessarily think that you need, but do need to get to that kind of level. You don't have to get there monetarily wise, it could just be whatever it is, growing your business. I just want to just lay down what I've done just so it might help you in some way. So first step, offer. Understanding what you're teaching, understanding how you can help people. That's the very first step. If you don't feel like you can help anyone else, then an education type business, which is something I teach in my program, Organic Course Selling Mastery, of course. If you don't feel like you have enough information that you can help other people, skip this video out, go away, go and learn something, go and do something, get results for yourself, then come back. If you are in a position where you've been doing something for a while now, a long time, you're good at what you do, doesn't matter what industry, profession, field, niche. If you're good at what you do, then listen up, basically. So step one is your offer. So let's say you've been doing what you've been doing for a while, let's say photography or yoga or guitar playing, teaching, whatever it is. You're good at what you do. All you need to think about is other people that are coming into your industry today, brand new, never done this stuff before. Do you feel like you could teach them what you know and get them miles and miles ahead of where they are now just by simply learning what you could teach them much faster than just them figuring it out by themselves like you had to do? I mean, another lens could be if you were to, come into what you're doing right now as a complete beginner, do you think you could teach yourself what you know right now and get ahead much, much faster? If that's a big light bulb moment, a green light, brilliant, that's step one done. Offer is there. Like, if you can teach people what you already know and you know that they would get immense value and make a lot of progress by just implementing what you'll be teaching them, brilliant. That is the grounds of a brilliant framework for an online course or coaching program. The differences between a course and a coaching program are a course is just online only, not necessarily that much support, maybe some email support, maybe a support Facebook group, and that's it. Coaching program is online element, on demand, and also live coaching element, like live coaching calls, could be weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, packages to be determined. But those are the two differences. So if that's a green light for you, brilliant, then let's move on. From there, marketing. I mean, I'll go on to a few other steps like audience and stuff. It's all relevant. Doesn't necessarily mean, the order isn't that important really. But the marketing. Good at what you do. Don't know how you can tell people that you're good at what you do. That's really what marketing comes down to. Telling people how you're good at what you do and conveying the benefits of what you do so that other people understand what you do and like, actually, yeah, that's something that I want to learn, that's something that I'm interested in. Step two is marketing. That comes in many forms. It's obviously primarily I teach and use Facebook organic, aka what you're watching right now, or the post that you see of mine. That's part of my marketing for sure. But what's kind of seated underneath that is the messaging. You could do Facebook Lives every single day, all day long, forever. But if you're not very good at what you're saying on those videos or in the written posts, then it kind of falls flat. So that's something that you would need to learn, is how to market and messaging to make it crystal clear that what your offer is teaching them is amazing and it's a no-brainer for them to invest. So that's where the marketing comes in, that's where the messaging comes into play, understanding when to say, what to say, and how to say what you're good at to make people listen up and invest. Other forms are, of course, a traditional webinar. People think you don't need webinars anymore. It's true, definitely, but there's no harm in having it in your toolkit. I have a webinar, it works very well. It's only 30 minutes long, but it does the best job of introducing people to who I am. People that have never heard of me, ever. They watch this webinar, they're like, okay, who's this? Who am I listening to? I go through that. Why am I listening to him? I go through that. What are they stuck on? I go through that. What is the solution to help them get past the things that they're stuck on? I get to that. That's the call to action to book a call with me and my team. That's a webinar in a nutshell, really. But there's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of order to it that needs to be put in place. Otherwise, yeah, you could make your own webinar, but again, they're quite difficult. I've been doing them for many years now, 5-6 years. I've been doing webinars now for various different things and offers, and it's an art. It really is. But what I have right now is just it works incredibly well. So that's something I teach in my program as well, is how to craft a great webinar. I basically give in my program my slides, my script. I help people formulate their webinars, that kind of thing. Very important. It just does all the heavy lifting for you, to be honest. I mean, you could jump on Messenger of someone that's like never heard of you and go through the whole slog of saying, oh, this is what I do, this is what I specialise in, blah, blah, blah. I do that, of course. I do have real conversations with people. That's a huge part of it, is actually having a real life conversation with someone. But at the same time, if someone could just click a link, watch a 30-minute video that just uncovers everything about you, what you're good at, how you can help them, for them to just want to either click a buy now button or book a call with you. Awesome, you've just saved yourself half an hour and they just jumped in your program without much effort. So I teach that in this program for a damn good reason. And that sits underneath marketing, of course. So you have traditional kind of posting and videos and outreach and identifying where your people are on Facebook. Alongside that, a webinar and extra bits that back up what you do and how you can help people. It just makes the whole process not easy, but very straightforward. After that is creating the offer, creating the actual product. So dissecting what you're good at, putting it into logical step-by-step pillars or modules, whatever you want to call it. That will go into your program, into your course. This is important because if people join your program but it's just illogical, it doesn't make any sense, they can't make any progress because it's all over the place, it's scattered, it's just going to hinder their progress, therefore it's going to hinder their results, therefore you don't have many results to share to other people to then prove to people that what you're good, that you're good at what you do. And you know, it needs to be logical, it needs to help people understand at a very basic level what you're teaching them. It just makes their experience very easy and fluid to go through the program that you've created. So creating a good program, a fluid program that's logical, a step-by-step logical process that you can teach people what you're good at, is of the utmost importance. It also needs to be very good quality. I don't mean in terms of visual and audio. I mean, it's good to have clear audio at the very least. You don't need fancy cameras and all that bullshit. If you're into that kind of stuff, awesome, but it's not mandatory. I mean, quality and what's being taught, as long as that's there, brilliant. I mean, my first ever program, I just recorded it on my Mac, on my webcam, just audio from the Mac as well. I didn't even have a mic, but the quality just taught people what they needed to do to get results, and that's the most important thing. That is it. So having a clear, logical, step-by-step program that actually gets results for people is of the utmost importance. And then there's pricing. What you're going to charge. You're going to go low ticket or high ticket. Low ticket, I think anywhere between $300 to $400 up to $1,000. I class as low ticket. High ticket is $2,000, $3,000 and above. There's obviously some middle ground there, of course. But yeah, I teach both price points. Some people think you should always go high ticket only. I think that's bullshit as well. I see a lot of coaches out there that say how to craft a high ticket offer. But some people, what they teach, I don't think warrants a high ticket all the time. Some people do, some people don't. And that's something that we would establish. You know, I cover this in my coaching program for a reason. Should you go high ticket? Should you go low ticket? The benefits of both. Obviously high ticket, you make more money. But if what you're teaching is shit, or not shit, but it doesn't warrant a high ticket price point, then don't go high ticket. Some people are very comfortable at the kind of $500 and £500 price point, and that is fine. If you're happy at what you're teaching is still good enough, and you can charge $500 for it, and you don't want to do calls, you don't want to do the whole coaching element of it, brilliant. My first ever program was $500. It did great. I was still bringing in 20, 30 grand a month. at that price point, and I was very content. I didn't want to do coaching calls at that time. That's for my other offer. I was very happy, and I have clients that are very happy that they sell at that price point. They're doing consistent 15 to 20 grand a month. Very happy. I'm happy. They're happy. Their clients are happy. Excellent. But if you do want to jump to high ticket, having a very refined high ticket process, high ticket funnel in place, and knowing how to book calls is also very important. I'm covering a lot in this video, but I'm just brain dumping the entire process really. I don't like to just do woo-woo bullshit posts. I just want to give you everything really. So if you do want to jump to high ticket, you need to establish a price, you need to establish how you're going to sell it, typically on a call, and then how to do calls, how to book calls in the first place, what to say on the calls, how to actually close people on calls. Very important. That's an entirely different art form in itself, is how to close on a phone call. Take some time, take some learning, take some mistakes, many mistakes, but yeah, if you're ready to go high ticket, it's powerful. It's a powerful shift when you go to high ticket. And then from there, once you're booking calls, you're selling calls, or you're selling a course, you're bringing in 5, 10, 15 grand a month. It's time to make a hire. And I always say the first hire is a call setter or sales setter, someone that can just make sales for you in Messenger if your program is, sub 1k. But primarily, if you're doing high ticket, a call setter. Something I should have done many years ago. It took me a while to willingly try and get some help, but I'm so glad I did, because now I have a couple of people now that are booking calls for me, and finally I have an amazing person on my team, Sam, that some of you may have spoken to, that takes some of the calls for me. Best shift. You still need to prove your offer, you still need to make a lot of sales first to even consider hiring anyone. That's often a mistake that people make. They hire too soon, and they don't really know how to teach people in their team because they haven't really done it themselves. Don't do that. Don't make that mistake. Do the hard work first yourself. Don't be lazy. Do it first. Then when you have a very, very proven system and framework of how to sell, how to get calls booked, then consider outsourcing some of what you do to someone else. That is it really. Those are the steps I've personally taken to get to $1.6 million. Those are the steps I teach in my coaching program. I've reverse engineered everything that I've done to get to this point in a minute detail. I literally just extracted my entire business model into my coaching program. So it doesn't matter where you're at in that process. If you're just starting out, I help you with your offer. If you have an offer but you're terrible at selling it, terrible at marketing, can't get any clients, can't make any sales, I help you with that part. If you're ready to make an offer but you don't know how to put it all together, you don't know how to formulate it to make it logical, to allow your clients to run through it, make sure it's good quality, I teach that in my program. I have an entire module dedicated to that process. If you're ready to sell it but don't know how to do a webinar, don't know how to do all the marketing for it, I have a module dedicated to the marketing, to how to sell your course or coaching program. If you're ready to jump to high ticket, but you don't know how to put together the funnel, don't know how to put together a high ticket webinar, don't know how to book calls, don't know how to close on calls, I have a module dedicated to the high ticket process. From everything from pricing to the funnel, I show you how to build out the funnel from scratch in Kajabi, how to do the webinar, how to book calls in the first place consistently, and also what to say on calls. What to say on calls alone is worth the price of admission in my program, guaranteed. So I teach that process as well. And then when you're ready to hire, I've just uploaded a new module on how to find and train your first call setter. It's the entire business model. I'm giving you my $1.6 million business model in my coaching program. It just removes the guesswork, removes all the questions that you might have about what to do next. I just show you what to do because I've done it, and it just helps you move forward infinitely faster. I'm in your corner. We have weekly coaching calls. You have the support group. You have email. You have me in Messenger. You have the on-demand training that's always being updated. There we go. That is it. How to get to $1.6 million. You can do it the long road like I did and figure it all out, or you could learn from someone that's done it and just say, Carl, what do I do next? What do I click? Where do I click? What do I type? How shall I do this? How shall I do that? I'm here in your corner to help you. So if you want to go the long road like I did, wouldn't recommend it, it's exhausting, then go for it. I'll support you no matter what. If you want to expedite the process, get to 15, 20 grand a month in your first couple of months of working with me, awesome. Let's have a chat. Let's get you booked in for a call with me and my team this coming week, probably next week. A lot of people have been booking calls with me recently, which is a good sign, I think. People want to work with me. Awesome, thank you. Let's get you booked in for a call. You can check out some materials of what's in my program, a PDF that uncovers like an FAQ and testimonials, a video that shows you what's in my program. Below this video, I'll also give you a link to a video that shows you what's in my program as well. Get you booked in for a call. Let's see how we can help you. Let's get you enrolled in the program as soon as possible, get your results, and most importantly, have a lot of fun doing it. It doesn't need to be stressful. You don't need to get burnt out doing it. I've done it. Don't recommend it. Now I'm enjoying life, finally. It's a fun process and a very enjoyable process. You know, who wouldn't enjoy making 15, 20 grand a month, if not more, just by teaching people what you're already good at and already love doing. So, and yeah, I've had clients that I've been sharing, one client just made a six-figure launch rather. Someone just did 16 grand in a day. That was Ed, he's awesome. Loads of client wins going down in my inner circle group, love it. If that sounds like fun, reply Blue Sea below on this video. Let's get you booked in for that call. Let's just make that entire process much, much easier. Let's not fuck about here. Life's too short to stress and worry and guess and get stuck and feel alone. That's what this coaching program is there for, to just eradicate all that stuff, make the path to your success much, much faster without all the bullshit, without the guru bollocks. You know my stance on that. I just want to help you. That's really it. So I'm going to enjoy my moksha. It's a decaf coffee with kind of chai spices and turmeric and cinnamon and various different things in there. It's very nice, actually. I really like it. I'm having a break from caffeine again because it just fucks me up. That's it. I'm going to enjoy this. The sun is finally coming out. I'm going to enjoy the sun. Sat in the shade, just realised. And yeah, so reply Blue Sea below on this video. Let's get you booked in for that call. Let's get you some clarity, get you some momentum in your business, and let's do it. So awesome. Enjoy your day. Talk soon.